South Africa witnessed one of the most horrific incidents of the festive season this morning. The country has been left in shock following an event that has sent shockwaves across the nation and is now going viral around the world after occurring at a tavern. Please stay until the end of the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. In the early hours of Sunday morning, when most of Bekkersdal lay quiet and dark, gunfire tore through the fragile calm of the Tambo section, leaving a trail of death, shock and unanswered questions. At the KwaNoxolo Tavern, a familiar gathering place for locals seeking relief from the pressures of daily life, 9 people were killed and 10 others seriously wounded in one of the deadliest mass shootings the area has witnessed in recent years. Police say the attack unfolded just before 1 a.m. Patrons were inside the tavern, some socializing, others winding down after a long week, when violence arrived suddenly and without warning. According to investigators, around 12 suspects descended on the area in 2 vehicles, a white kombi and a silver sedan. Moments later, gunshots rang out as the group opened fire on people inside and around the tavern. As panic spread and people scrambled for safety, the attackers continued shooting indiscriminately while fleeing the scene, leaving behind devastation that would only become fully visible with the first light of day. By the time police and emergency services arrived, the scale of the tragedy was already clear. 9 people had lost their lives at the scene, while 10 others, some with critical injuries, were rushed to nearby medical facilities. Blood stained the ground, broken glass littered the area, and survivors stood in shock, struggling to comprehend how a place of music and conversation had become a crime scene in a matter of minutes. The South African Police Service has since confirmed that a manhunt is underway for the 12 suspects believed to be responsible. Speaking on the incident, SAP's national spokesperson Brigadier Athlenda Mate indicated that police are treating the case with the utmost seriousness, with specialized units brought in to track down those involved. Investigators are working to establish a motive, while also piecing together the movements of the suspects before and after the shooting. For the residents of Bekkersdal, however, the tragedy is not just another headline. It is deeply personal. Many of those killed and injured are believed to be local community members, people known to friends, neighbors and family. By Sunday morning, the area around the KwaNoxolo Tavern was filled with grieving relatives, some waiting for official confirmation, others already mourning loved ones they would never see again. The air was heavy with sorrow, anger and fear. Bekkersdal, situated in Gauteng's West Rand, has long grappled with high levels of crime, unemployment and social strain. Taverns and informal social spaces often serve as rare outlets for leisure in communities where economic hardship is widespread. Yet these same spaces have increasingly become scenes of violent crime, raising difficult questions about safety, policing, and the deeper causes of such attacks. While police have not yet confirmed whether the shooting was targeted or random, the sheer number of suspects and the apparent coordination suggest a level of planning that has unsettled both residents and authorities. The use of multiple vehicles and the decision to fire indiscriminately while escaping point to a brazen disregard for human life and a confidence that the perpetrators could vanish into the night. Security analysts note that mass shootings at taverns have become a recurring and disturbing pattern in parts of South Africa. Often, these attacks are linked to disputes involving organized crime, rival groups, or conflicts that spill over into public spaces. In other cases, the motives remain murky, leaving communities fearful and suspicious, unsure whether the violence was directed at specific individuals or could strike anyone, anywhere. As investigators comb through the crime scene and review any available surveillance footage, police are also appealing to the public for information. The wounded survivors, meanwhile, face a long road to recovery. Some are being treated for gunshot wounds that may have lasting physical and psychological effects. Trauma counselors have been called in to assist both survivors and families of the victims, as the emotional toll of the incident reverberates far beyond those who were physically harmed. For families who lost loved ones, the pain is raw and immediate. Funerals must be planned, children must be comforted, and lives must somehow continue in the shadow of sudden loss. Many are left asking why such violence continues to erupt in places meant for community and connection. Others express frustration that, despite repeated tragedies, lasting solutions remain elusive. Community leaders in Bekkersdal have called for increased police visibility and stronger partnerships between law enforcement and residents. There is a growing sense that reactive policing, arriving after blood has been spilled, is no longer enough. Residents are demanding proactive measures that address both immediate safety concerns and the underlying social issues that fuel crime. At a national level, the incident has once again put the spotlight on South Africa's struggle with violent crime. Statistics consistently show high rates of gun-related deaths, with illegal firearms playing a significant role. Each mass shooting reignites debates about gun control, law enforcement capacity, and the effectiveness of current crime prevention strategies. The KwaNoxolo Tavern shooting also raises questions about the vulnerability of informal entertainment venues. Many operate with minimal security, making them easy targets for armed attackers. While some argue for stricter regulation and security requirements, others warn that such measures could threaten livelihoods in already struggling communities. As the investigation continues, police are expected to provide further updates as more details emerge. For now, the focus remains on locating and arresting the suspects, ensuring they are brought before the courts to face justice. Brigadier Made has emphasized that those responsible will be pursued relentlessly, a message intended both to reassure the public and to warn perpetrators that such crimes will not go unanswered. Yet for Bekkersdal, reassurance will take time. Trust, once shaken by violence, is not easily restored. The scars left by the early morning gunfire will linger long after the crime scene tape is removed and the news cycle moves on. In the days ahead, candles will be lit, prayers will be said, and names of the victims will be spoken in remembrance. The community will grieve together, drawing strength from shared sorrow even as fear and uncertainty persist. The tragedy at KwaNoxolo Tavern is a stark reminder of the human cost of violence, not just in lives lost, but in the sense of safety and normalcy stripped from an entire community in a single night. As South Africa once again confronts the aftermath of a mass shooting, the challenge extends beyond catching the suspects. It lies in addressing the conditions that allow such brutality to take root, and in ensuring that places meant for joy and relaxation do not become scenes of mourning. Until then, the echoes of gunfire in Bekkersdal will continue to haunt a community searching for answers, accountability, and ultimately peace.